Right, Kirsten, hit us with your question.
Yeah, so it was something I experienced today. It was just to get everybody's sort of input on how they deal with this sort of side of things. For context, I logged in to some of my technologies today and some of them just weren't cooperating. So a large part of being an SDR, can't even talk, is sort of LinkedIn outreach, and the tool I use to kind of do that isn't and hasn't been working. So how do you deal with setbacks? How do you deal with things when things aren't going to plan? Like in terms of mindset, how do you kind of change your diary up when you've already got a set structure? Like just looking for a bit of advice on that. Like it's one of those, it's not all been bad. I've ended up having a good morning so far, booking some in, but it's just when things don't go as planned, what's the best way to kind of combat that and deal with that going forward?
Strong question. Thank you, Kirsten. And are we talking about tool specific or just generally when the day is not going to plan how to get yourself out of the funk?
Just in general, because like this for me is tool specific, but there could be other things that happen. Like I've had days where everybody hangs up on me. I've had days that are just really difficult, but then again, I've had days that are absolutely amazing. So, how do you deal with not getting too low, not getting too high, and just being sort of level headed? Because like this role is very difficult. I feel like when you're not in it, you don't realise how difficult it is. So, like, yeah, coming in this morning, Mondays are always pretty manic with all the sort of things that happen on our website and stuff. Because anything that goes via the website, inbound leads and such, goes to myself. And then obviously I've got the outbound to look after as well. So, coming in and some of the tools and outreach tools that I used just weren't working. Like, I could have panicked, I could have just down tools, but obviously mindset wise I didn't. But how do you deal with that? Have you got any tips, advice, tricks that could be useful?
And thank you for the context as well. So, on a tool specific thing, if we're working in the world of sales and we're using like automation tools or sequencing tools or HubSpot dialers and that stuff isn't working, the biggest thing that you can quickly do, can you all see my Google page right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the times when I'm doing one to ones with salespeople, I always look at when they share the screen and I look at this bit here. And what I always see is needs an update. Chrome is a web based browser, and all the tools and extensions you use are using Chrome. And sometimes they're not updating it. So if you ever see that tab saying please update, do that first thing before you start work. Or if you're midway through work and you don't want to lose all your tabs, save everything that you're doing first and then update your browser and then it'll get working. So I'll give you a real life example. I use Ample Market and that wasn't working with my LinkedIn DMs and voice notes. And got really annoyed and then I just quickly checked and I realized I had to update my Chrome and reinstall the plugin. So that's one thing to do technically if your plugins or your tools aren't working. Is that cool for number one?
Yeah.
Cool. Number two, we all come into Monday with this zest of motivation of wanting to smash it. We've had a good weekend, we're feeling rested, and then something pops into your inbox or something happens and it throws you off. And the thing is, we have this setting expectations in our head that this stuff is going to get done. And then when things don't go to plan, we catastrophize, we get angry, we crumble, and we think, we want to throw the towel in and just not get with it. So, real life example, I've had a great weekend. I'm fully rested. I was ready to smash today, and I got two notifications I've lost two deals in the space of 30 minutes. And that sent me a little bit, right? So, this was actually happening whilst I was doing a one to one coaching. I saw the notification pop up and I said to myself, park it. I always say to myself, park it for the minute. Let me deal with what I'm doing right now and let me park it and come back to it. And this is going to sound really weird, but stick with me. I also do this thing of, Kirsten, if I was doing a one to one or I was doing some prospecting or I was doing a discovery call, I actually go to the bathroom and I wash my hands when I finish that thing. Because mentally in my head, I'm saying I'm done with what I've done and whatever I'm about to step into is going to start afresh. So I did that when I finished my coaching session, washed my hands, looked outside the window for a little bit. Then I came back to my inbox to see the two things where I lost a close lost. And I said to myself, actually, this does me a favor because it opens up my availability. Actually, the learning here for me is don't focus on these deals. I should have been going after something else, but I just wanted to get in. And that's how I'm detaching my emotion of in the moment of when it's not going right. But the thing I said to myself is, you need to go bigger and better and harder, and you need to go find something better today. to supplement what's just been lost, but it's not the end of the world. So I think to summarize that, it's pause, park it, do some sort of ritual, whether that's stepping away from the laptop, going out the window, going for a walk, chatting to a bestie, and try to come back and look at it objectively and then ask yourself, rather than, why is this happening to me? What am I going to do about it? And if you can keep practicing that, you get into a better mindset and then, yeah, give yourself the motivation. Does that help?